Hello, everyone, and we're coming to you live from Qubit's worldwide headquarters here in lovely LaPorte, Indiana. And today I'm here with Nikki Phelan, and the tables have turned on me. So we're going to do an employee spotlight today. The employee spotlight will be on me. The previously scheduled employee spotlight for this month got called out to an emergency job, so I haven't done mine yet. So Nikki is going to ask the questions for my employee spotlight.
Okay, so the first question is tell me about your family.
So I am blessed with a fantastic family. So my wife Sarah is still the love of my life, and we'll be married 23 years in August. I have two boys, which are Jay and Grant. They're 20. They're twins. Grant is a fresh or a sophomore, going to be a junior at Purdue in West Lafayette. He wants to be a math teacher and a football coach. Jay, also 20, also going to be a junior. He goes to school in Wausau, Wisconsin, at a school called North Central Technical College. He wants to be a video editor. And he actually started to do all his classes online at home. My daughter, Holly, is going to be 17 this weekend. She's going to be a senior in high school, and plays volleyball and a variety of other high school things. And then we have a bonus baby, Marshawn, who has lived with us since he was 14. He's 21. He turned 21 last night, and he did a short stint in the Army, and now he's trying to be a police officer.
Very nice. What do you like to do when you're not working?
When I'm not working, I like to spend time with my family the most. Just hanging out with kind of whatever. If I'm by myself and I don't have any family responsibilities, I like to exercise. I like to run and ride a bike. Um, I like going to football games. I have season tickets for the Bears, and I really enjoy that with my brothers. I like to fish. I like to golf, but not too much of those. So a little bit of fishing, a little bit of golf is perfect for me.
Okay. Tell me about your most interesting job.
Yeah, so I know what the questions are because I've asked them generally. So I've been thinking about this. So I would say I had two. So I had a lot of jobs. I grew up in a small town, Marengo, Illinois, and so I've been a paper boy and picked up rocks, detasseled corn, milk cows, baled hay. Um, I've was it painted for the school district. I've just had a lot of jobs, but I haven't had a new job for about 20 years since I've been here. But the two most interesting jobs, one was, and they're both things that I've talked my way into. So one was a customer of ours, Melrose Pyrotechnics, does the fireworks for the city of Chicago. And so they hired me at minimum wage one year, and I helped load the barges of fireworks. And then we took the barges across Lake Michigan. We tied off in at the harbor there, right by Navy Pier, and we let off all the fireworks that night. So that was pretty cool. Um, and then my other most interesting job was a friend of mine owned a business that did the telephone work for the Chicago Bears, and he wasn't a football fan at all. And he was telling me about how he had this job to do over a weekend. I'm like, well, what is it? He goes, well, it's this company that I do work for in Lake Forest. And I was like, well, who is it? He said, it's the Bears. I'm like, well, what are you doing? And he said, I have to provide all the phone coverage for the draft. And so I was like, man, you got to get me in there. Like, I'll be an unpaid assistant, like whatever. So I think he told him that I was an intern, and I got to work on the Bears phone system during the draft. I remember they drafted Gabe Karimi that night. So that was definitely very cool.
Nice. What was your professional path to working at Qubit?
So, kind of a funny story. My uncle told me there's two ways to the top. You can either work hard or you can marry the boss's daughter. And so I kind of hedged my bets and did both. And so I met my wife at Purdue, and we lived in Chicagoland for 2 years. And then my father-in-law hired me to go to work for New Age Telecom. Um, and I think he hired me primarily to get his daughter close to home, not for my employability and prowess as an employee. Um, but 11 years later, I bought New Age Telecom, and then 2 years after that, we started Qubit Networks. So Sarah and I started Qubit Networks in 2013. So that's kind of was my path to get here.
What's your favorite thing about working here?
So I love the people that I work with. I like, we talk about our core values, at least we try to, of work hard, be a good teammate, be a good citizen. And so I love like the people that I work with that have kind of bought into that. I love our customers. Um, as well. But probably the biggest thing I like about like the job is I like helping people. So when people come and say like, "Hey, I have this problem," or "Hey, I want to do this thing with the network," like I like being able to gather solutions and people around to solve problems for customers. And so when you have a good team, it's great to like circle the wagons and accomplish it. Like we're cutting over a big network for a client in Illinois, actually tomorrow, um, and the ability to like to have my team look at me and say, yeah, we can do this. It's just it's a very gratifying feeling, and we have a customer that's pretty elated that we're doing it. So that's probably the part I like the most.
Okay. What do you like most about living in Northwest Indiana?
So I love living. I live in Laporte, and I love that it's still a small town feel, but we're pretty close to Chicago. So where I grew up was about the same distance from Chicago, just northwest of Chicago, and it felt much more like a suburb than it does here. Um, so I like that Northwest Indiana is part of Indiana, so they have their own identity as being Hoosiers in Indiana. Although I'm a Boilermaker, not a Hoosier, but kind of an Indiana Hoosier. Um, but the so I like the proximity to a large metropolitan area, so I can have season tickets for the Bears, but I don't have to live that every day. Um, so I like that a lot. And then I like the weather, so I like the season changing. I just like the different it's just something else to look forward to. So I really like fall. I like looking forward to that first snow. I look forward to the snow melting. Um, and the summer and getting out on the lakes and enjoying fishing and things. So I like that ebb and flow. And I also feel like like even like dealing with a cold winter, it keeps you humble, right? And so it makes the kind of the sunshine even more like gratifying. I've talked to friends of mine that live in like San Diego and like it's nice all the time and I actually had somebody tell me like I just wish it would rain one day. So the ebb and flow I really like.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being our employee spotlight this month.
You bet. Thank you. Thank